for a man so say ye day newspapers no ebebro and no pay on OBT na ano pay the many MFK and the Wahanti Plaza. And I've been saying this and yemi one more Gumwa Central no A+ air contesting as an independent candidate over that area. Now, in fact, he's doing a lot of work. Nancy Ami Honi billboards were mounting the posters near their day, giant billboards across the constituency. I say, Oyerepa and a soft more imams of Moninano as supported. In fact, through him, MPP executives be any executive be Yasakium, you from the party because they are doing the work of A+. It's let's see how it goes. I'm here on December 7th. Let's quickly get into the newspapers and see what's happening in there. Daily Graphic this morning says NDC names campaign team. Okay. Advertising of alcoholic beverage. Supreme Court endorses FDA ban on celebrities. Where MFK lie. We are sure I'm here Saturday. This will be a very interesting topic on the show. So
promise special.
I'm here on Saturday. And gender ministry under financial stress. Now, the big story on the front page of Daily Graphic says BECE in limbo. WAEC awaits 48 million Ghana cedis to begin examination. MFK, when I FDA for now, celebrities here now.
Kwesi, mama share BECE in the first. Does it mean say 48 million now? Ma, one date or much? I think July number true. You know, does it mean say? One be two asha na say one month so share no and I don't know. I am postponing because they need the resources. Printing of the papers in villages a bit your mocha all those things. You know. Say
Abayan famba.
June ye kwa ko red July.
Oh, Abayan chebi. There's the
na no minya printing.
They be asane ye. Last minute jana Abayan ku check akanom there yes ane ba.
All right, no mama friend no nto na FDA for ban no sa ache.
Oh yeah, I think I check.
Yeah, I check, but minim say bia enyanye emra wo Ghana there because the celebrities there alcohol ho asem say eno na alcoholic beverage ayebo ho dawuro awia ene anopa ni nyina na ehade ba ko mo omo ba na ye eno no betimi aye ho dawu bo aye 8 p.m. eko ena betimi aye but I don't know say afei na Supreme Court no waje atuma ma ne ba be ye emra wo Ghana ha say ni dia unim say minim say coincidence emra company be frame me na ya alcoholic company eno ase ma me pesenka ubetwa me advert ma me na ye be ye advert Oyerepa na so oyere dia
alcohol Oyerepa
enti oyena so mi akasakura no
in principle you don't do
secondly Oyerepa na wo kan okura no say 8 p.m. say ye den yo I say ade amenye di enti na say me kan wan say ma wo ye it say wo no alcohol na so obi o no de obodawura woni mo mfaso a wo so de ma no ba wo no mo no kobodawura na say wo pese wo dada nipa enti o kan na say da bi mentwa mesre wa makuru we sika no so bo du
oh, we makase in principle anything about alcoholic beverages. I don't do that.
No. Meaning say coincidence na we say na ba nti no omunyiro because celebrities no there are people who enkra ne bi wo ho a wo celebrity bi na o ka say nipa su mesi mi de mani esi no so na mi sua ha de nipa ne be ye bia sabi oyi from abone kro benya nko no so yi sabi oyi no na it say nipa na o ye role model no ko so ye alcohol ho advert na wonnom krompo na be na kono so nipa mi sua no ono kra ye ntia na me nkonko ye no they are saying that nti no so ya dey Supreme Court na dey to
because we share in communication we have the media effect theories and one of the effect theories they say we share the TV so let's so bo open asem they say it obi pay asema na ye bibia omo pay asem no mutimi the same thing
oh yeah you die hard fans
exactly they do that how you dress how I dress or how you that is the effect theory of some of the media na can wasem eti eno no be ma eye nkofobia bi omo felice o asibesi ye star we ye star or we inside we or ye we omo ina kwakoye bi and it promotes social vices eti every 4 days are directive ne buy no and now celebrities for ya omo omo court and a court to boss and FDA can and no omagiatum it is how you celebrity we are known we are star we are hwan ya a patch advert there a alcoholic beverages there won't count.
Now say Bankers Association of Ghana. It's other than alcoholic beverage campaign. Far for na say be atwa photo no. Enkonko yo mo advert.
Sister already asked me wow. You go next for this way. Atwa photo pa. Daily Guide say Supreme Court upholds FDA's ban on celebrity alcohol acts. And then can was CCA. And another story, don't restart opening trial. That is there. I remember Baumia so Ghana needs visionary leader. Baumia and Kasa Semwe and down pay. And then election 2024. Haruna Muntaka in court missing in NDC campaign team. When I saw this headline yesterday, it was so funny. We are pure mischief, pure diabolical headline and a Daily Guide for Eddie Abano. And then finally, 10 entities expressed interest in Sagleme housing project. Kujo Ponkuma and Eka say a year Kobe 10 on person beboa and my yes Sagleme housing now. I ran the Senate with him, or me abwa. It's MFK.
Sagleme housing also we hear $100 million. Yeah,
they can get more than that.
It's almost private developers are more baby so. Now, my into that then or mine because private for no so idea more. Ya no mutimi ye kon kan chen say aban adwuma ebeje ne ma bia boss so ntino say eku ana say enwuma ahodo be say 10 e na atwe omuti a ye hwe ba bia be kwa kwasie na NDC for Muntaka ne Haruna no mo ye key players e wo NDC mu na omo so ma launch campaign omo yi omo free mu na omo ka say they are messing in the campaign team and say den
enkofobi mission. No, mission. I use the word. I don't know how to say it, but pure mission. So much in that pass. Boy in this for you. If you look at the list that came, the only member of parliament are not a listener. They about I think about 20 or 25 listener. The only member of parliament of Kahun to force it.
Okay.
Who is the minority leader? I can understand the argument from Omo Kase, Haruna, and the Muntaka Ayera. I mean, these are key people, and you look at the circumstances from opposition in parliament now. Not a man first, but they said this will be more like a reconciliatory approach. So that be no my campaign, John Mahama. Then others are arguing from the NDC that MPs no, they should focus on their seats.
Yeah.
They need more seats in parliament. If they won't focus more on their seats, no more campaigning, no more winning, John Mahama. As for people to do the national campaign there, they will get other individuals to do it.
Constituency campaign. Someone to Obama as NDC parliamentary candidate. Definitely make campaign. Someone to me candidate.
Exactly. So they should focus on their campaign. I have an issue with the whole campaign list of the buyer. The same old faces. I mean, personally, this is a campaign team and MPP. Buamofala in 2020. You bring the same team to come and do 2024. With Dambuche being the campaign chairman for Baumia. Well, I don't know how it's going to go. But anyway, that is information. And this is for to say, 1% MPs will involve in the campaign. Into focus on their seats and win for John Mahama. But if you look at the NPP list now, there were few members of parliament. And these are people that almost sit in a done deal. Like how Akumzi, for example. It's a done deal for her. Are you a free year? It's a done deal for him. Gideon Bwako Tando South. Is a dandy and I done the what now? And then the Gideon Bwako. And you done the man. It's Gideon Bwako is part of the national campaign team for MPP. I'm not just saying this for to use members of parliament to run their campaign. It doesn't work like that. Obiara a strategy. But my strategy John Mama strategy. So that is it. Young call the next paper sort of pay. Oh, the Chronicle. Or say Opuni sacked from Supreme Court, okay, and 50 Kwesi heads NDC campaign team. I have a problem with this headline. I'll come to that. That housing ministry to dig into financial background of Sagleme bidders. Okay, all right. Now me who NDC for the I've been a campaign chairman. I've seen other portals also saying that 50 Kwesi and a campaign chairman. Campaign NDC campaign team, like hurts NDC campaign team. Exactly. That's the point I'm making. That we share on a list of the buyer now. Fifi actually is the campaign coordinator. Then Alabi is the campaign chairman.
So chairman is the head.
Exactly. So if the chronicle says that hates NDC campaign team, then what does it mean?
There's a coordinator on a bayan to train ahead and so
exactly. So I don't know how some news portals, some news press are saying that Fifi creating a year. It hates NDC campaign team. Well, that's a bit problematic anyway. And I think there's a from migrating and confirm to market cringe to run shifts as Wache is sold at 2 a.m. With a straight job to NDC 24-hour economy. A straight job for migrating and confirm. Oh no, Accra they Accra, me to watch it a pick farm. Mama no about 6 p.m. No a pour 4 a.m. Me say, me name la pass there no. But me can pick farm. There's a woman about watching for me. Koto watching 1 a.m. So me kwa Accra, me nantem.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Me coffee, I don't talk.
That is a 24-hour no crane.
No, I think fair large.
Obi turn watch 1 a.m.
No, I know. I think largely some people are operating 24 hours. Oko circle say ya. I mean, throughout the night, people are working. VIP buses throughout the night they are working. Omo yejuma because omo mufia buti ba no be do anadwo bi omo kokoma se ne ade ade a omo fa bus e dia ba omo so be da
omo turn drinks ni nyina
exactly. So all the people are more like doing 24-hour economy. But Mahama is looking at the bigger picture from the industries.
Enunti na ye kire omo nkire mu ye nkire Ghana fo.
I think to be fair to John Mahama and the NDC, they have done justice. ABS, that's a different matter. But what policy document that what kind? At least I think you should appreciate where they're coming from.
No one can
so it is our
learn to understand it well.
Thank you.
And explain to Ghanaians.
Thank you.
That's the issue.
What kind of salmon we are?
Yes, communicate.
Communicate.
Ghana for because me na na mo choti baby won ko fan krata nko kan
exactly
what some abetina fidie so TV so radio so abeka no e no obetie na wan hu ankyere mu ya obi kwa akọkyere de mu anso o meka no I mean
some James was here a few weeks ago,
yeah,
and I mean o church and semu about 24-hour economy no me na my camp policy document, and you know me, I will read the document
and I will give it to you. And you was said yes, I would have political party be party communicators no. And there's a musia de any, but meaning someone can come bro from one. Woman see us say you. One can you know me chilima no my and deja no me to Ghana for any. It would see any year. So what I say?
Which I said, yeah, as a Musani, as a communicators Musani, and not just NDC. I mean, come for MPP so as well. Baumia, the trump card in this election, digitalization. It's the communicators, more bar, Musani. I'm making me Ghana for NTS.
And digitalization, one can maybe mum.
I don't know if a question.
Yeah, what it be more. I want my other product, I'm not trouble of any differently. I don't want to
I'm kidding. I said, I was there for even if President MFK is ready with a Ghana to say, remember on the agenda, Senator Buchanan, and there we are going to do proper perusal, right? A year national security document. Why Napo should be the running mate? Why Napo? That's the question you're asking this morning on the show. Kennedy Japan, what is your campaign about me? Baby, sir, whether he has the locus, the integrity, the power to campaign for a year that one would bomb me. It's MFK ready with Ghana to remember the agenda.
Abusiafo yɛda wase sɛ wugu so a wohwɛ Oyerepa breakfast time ɛwɔ Oyerepa TV ne so deɛ du so ɛyɛ Ghana te sɛn obi bɛsɛ Ghana how are you yɛwura Ghana mmea hodoɔ na yakɔ akɔhwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ no medi de maame Frimpomaa Korankye MFK for short na deɛ ne kyerɛ mu ɛwɔ apueye mantamu akyem ɔsenase abusiafo amane ebo efiri hɔ no mo ba enya kɔnɔ bridge a womanfo fa so akɔne abadie wɔmbɛfa car ɛde afa so wɔmbɛso anema ɛde anante afa so nyina no bridge na bu nsam so a elenke town so no abu ɛwɔ hɔ no mu a ɔsenasefo ani abre papaapa no ɔmo se e-block bi nso so a mampani dada John Dramani Mahama na abre so wɔhyɛ ase a na wɔyɛ de ama wɔ no mu no wɔntimi anwie a ofiri akonnwa so MPP bae wa metoa so enti wɔmanfo no ɛne ama ne bɔfo atwetwe enkomo a ɔhawa hodo a ɛtete wɔ mu ɛwɔ asenase empatamu hɔ no mu no wɔn de ho ama ne bɔ abɔyɛ yɛnkɔnkɔhwɛ mfoni no yɛba a yɛbɛdi nkomo na yɛne mpanifo na kasa ne yɛahwɛ nneɛma hodo bi ha adwen ɔsenase ne kurampo hefa na ɛwɔ adwuma titu bɛn no wɔn yɛ saa nkomɔbɔ ne nyina wɔ akyire yɛni kan nkɔhwɛ video ne mra
aha de yɛbrɛ pa fisa ha no nsuo ne yi a ɛyɛ hu ne yɛdwen yɛ ma ho fisa wo nua baabi mpo na wafa no wakasa wo ba mesin ko school ɛgye sɛ yɛn ɔba atan yɛ so yɛ ba yɛ pagya no ɛde yɛ twa nsuo yi ɛnso yɛte wɔ man yi mu momoa yɛn na ha no ehu ma yɛn
ɛne hye mu ɛde yɛ hye ase yɛbɛsɛ ma yɛn MC asote sɛ ɔsena se yɛka ɛyɛ mpuntuo no ho sɛ yɛka national cake na yɛka ho bi yɛ school yɛ wɔ hɔ no mu yi the previous government Mahama XY government ɛna almost started on bɛyɛ school yi ama yɛn fofi anto ata mo fi akonwa so aban ne mu na yɛto yaba ma no na aha no sɛbe yɛde yɛyɛ ponche crisis isi hɔ ne yɛde MPP tradition na yɛwini no masa aban ba no wamia yɛn sɛ na kofo do on an MC 18 honorable set buadu say mebu ne wasna so yen so do time ma e say yen so ye pray for a national cake because ye bre e won puntu ho
snas ne afa ne say MPP NDC but this time around youth na ye ba no ye mpe NDC ana ye mpe MPP because NDC MPP ya bre wom impuntu na boy te say de Johnson aba akoko no me catch aban ne say yes len na daroma kotodwe gu form ensa dansa yam snas impuntu ne akati
market hu hia yem pa se ye ni ba bia ye didwa me obi a metom pawa ba bia de ye niam agukra ye tu ye eno an se ye ne nam saa enani ye ba bia de ye niam abekwa kobunya obi nso na ni wura se me je ahan no atu ye enti ye dwane nti no kurani ye da kura ye na ye nya ba bia de ye niam agukra ye da ye nti mi kura na nti ye sra ban se na da roma MPP de yakuma wo hu sana se yakuma wo hu pa enti yesra no omomodin ase obeba be ye dwan amaye entem so se de be ya yenso ye betimi afa de ye tibi nso ahwe ye ma eguba yesra no
enti abusuafo we eye akyem ɔsenase ɛhɔ ɛna yɛde enkomɔbɔ no ɛba yɛbɛkɔ ahoma no so na yɛ ne abusuapani yɛwɔ akyem ɔsenase ya wɔsan so ɛyɛ sanahene ɛwɔ akyem ɛtwerɛ so na na Korankye adade a wodi kan ɛbɛkɔ akodi nkɔmɔ na Oyerepa TV so ne maachi o
ya medio
yɛbɛda ase na pia o na akyem ɔsenase yɛbisa sɛ ɛhefa paa na ɛhyɛ ewo apoye mantamu hɔ no mo hwɛ population na ɛbɛyɛ bɛsɛn adwuma titu bɛn ɛna wade hye nso ye
yo akyem ɔsenase yɛhyɛ asamankɛse ase ɛwɔ sakin na ɔsenase ɛyɛ kuafo
Okay, na nanti me pacho population no ye de ani bubu anipa be sen e na ewo kro ni mu.
Snasi yenye kra be 5 to 6,000 ye be.
Wow. Na je se enye kro keto asa na bridge ho asem ye hwe infoni a etwagu ye yi a bridge no kra ne mu apai I don't think se car e fa so kra ye yie. Sansem yi edamoni madagya motu ho anamo.
Bridge ya ye kan wasem no ye bridge a che omo ye bridge 1935 na o ye sa bridge no enti bridge na se de wo wura se a enam ha wo unam so a wo se bibia oba unam ase a ena wo se bridge no aye trap sene e be kan no
enti na nampacho be ebre sen nie wo hwe ebra wo de ye bridge ya ache bre be na bridge ne buye
yes bridge ne ebukura aka ntimi mfaso ka fato na bridge no omuye na che no to wa nkwase a untimi hu se bridge no e kama ababeda ho
okay
ka de e faso but akoye se trap bi ana ababeda ho a anamon ye ntu anamon tem na ekobo ekotigu dia ahwa de oye ni kese ene de beba
na se akwakoda na owu afidie wo ho no mti ebre be na eyesa ache nyende ache se anye dako eye nkakran ache sene ye no ebu fie be dukura wow
anye da na aye ache
na enfie dunie no aban akọ motimi dia to aban panifo na nim se wo mo mehwe kwan ne mamo
anokre yetu wana mo bibiri na me ade ya na mi ho yawo pa ewo ye mpanifo no se enye NDC enye MPP na region biara ye original engineer onom hwe ekwan so enti ade bi na nkoyi a eye original engineer na ade engineer na said so ye enti the original engineer onu amameye na ade engineer so amameye na wa ba report akwa na eti adamu enti tu ba bi a iblemu ban but iblemu yankasa ye ho ka ho ise ukon azamanka sia ye odisi engineer ho okofobia original engineer ho ene ho highway for so ho highway for na fi yankwa so bai aban beko aban beba original engineer de oti ho engineer de oti ho aban kwa aban beba omde omti wara enti du bia iblemu yanso ye ho bi
nana mepacho wasama wo kan original engineer yi se wo sha aban na senti se aban na ma ne contract anase go ahead I don't think say obetimi aba be ye kwan no eti nana no mo timine engineer for na hia amomoni abri wo mu so chese kwan no ba bi akwa akoduru no mama meye a ada na owu afide because engineer bia na ono sa kwan no kra wo mfa so mo do mo di sa nkuta ho no
ya tu wana mo enye ne fititi ya tu na mo ayo fi biada
asemo eti se no nananu mankasa ho se kanetete no ne okwasafo dwuma ne ade a se motu anamo be se mfihie dunie na wo mu metu anamo no I know say politicians no duru ba bi a wo mo twen amato renchem si ansa na wo motu anamo bi ayensiesie ede na nananom ne adehye mo amoye de abo amo ho
ni o ni se ade bi ho no a untimi pa wo se nkoka se bridge ya tise no obi eni ho adwia obetimi ana oni ho ide obetimi akwakoye na even edu ba bi kura na ehu se ka higher school for the president be rams eno yekohu engineer untimi pa wo sanko ka aban kwan agise engineer ma kwan enti ade bi ho a wo ni sutumi so obeye na agise eti engineer o ana highways for ma kwan na obetimi
okay na se yi block no so ho asema Kwesi sen
sa edane die ade a eye ohaw emma osnaseman eni mantem nyina efe bibra edane bi si ho no akoda ho emma bepim ne no sende NDC poja ho no sa leti emma akwakoye nti eno die yetu wa kama atu na akwakoye
enti yi block no mpacho mo hya se ebrebe MPP bai wo mo so aba beto bibi so kakra wo ho no mana
bi NDC for efi mo ko na o mo ye no mo fi mo ko mo jato wo no MPP for bai no obi en ko ho ko akọ ya o se ya o tie da
enti se what be atesen wo se wo mo abandon na dan bi sa eya na se bi owifo nipa bonfo bi ta akọ hyehye ho nom emmoa so wo ho nom nipa kura etwamu etimi di ninya sa ne ma no mate bi wo e block ne ho
ba bia me nu se yi ko ta akọ ne ba bia ya kuru so na wakasa wohwe TV na wohwe na wohwe we na wohwe a wo support no omo ye foundation post no bisi onti ewura ene mwa na age wapa bi for de ni hu se bi for bi akwa akoshe wa awo no wi.
Okay, na me bacho matimi atro nkrata bi e de akoma asoye a wo hwe enwumasua so aban se e block no aye abandoned e hyenwura mtu omuntu hu na mo yesa na ema ni nyina.
Ye tu wana mo so ye nya mbu ya biara.
Bacho mutu wana mo mbre ben. Ena wana enkata ni kodie.
Sane 9. Ebra ayipo abebu 9 po bra. NDC poko ene emu ano ni tu sa na mo no. Ye tu be so bi no na me nsa. Ye nya mbu ya biara.
Okay. Na emrahye na wote akonwa so no. Ono nso anamombe no otu afa ho mo de ato nanim.
Anokre ye de ato nanim. Emo no nso watu wana mo. Na minim baby a na mo tu no me kokosie.
Na namba cho brebe na mo de tu MP nanim a bepem sa biri because ya say aboso ba ne meja paye baby a otonfo bebo ne pampan no na ho hia no eye brebe a ya bepem sa biri mo hwe ni mo MP onya ntu sa na mo no.
Ebra MP owini ye no. Oba infie a ye kana ade a ye boss o se bo obi e ba ni hia ye no ni di kan ka kire no na ye boss and no change ya san aka be mi no na me sakura.
Enti wo hwe hawa hodo mienu akese mo bridge ho asem ene e block ho asem a mo mpatam wo no mo niam hodo be na esan atwuma saba mu ha mo adwen.
Oh niam haya jinje na fi ye wo oha okese ye ha ye woni fe ye che uko assembly a ye che asamanka siaso apei ye nyumani bi akwa se kadi kwa bibi assembly ase enti e ba se assembly bi e ba na okọ a pa se mo water extension no water no ese kruyi kadi obedan akoka ankade nso kwa bibi for the come asem nti ko obedan akoka se say na e dey ara ankade initiatively no ye bebo ye ko check and temba akum but we dey mu ache ye oba bi ko kadi ye oba bi ko asaman eno ayo how to see e dey aman.
Na mfihia nwotwe nie aka akra bi na mfie nwotwe no kra ba wie ye MPP betena akonwa so enim se mo mpatam ho no no eyo mo stronghold ade ben na ubetimi di wonsa asu bu aka se ade we de ye ni hwa MPP aban e na ye de aboa yen
yo otai okwadu a na wayi de America enokre ebibanya ente nwotwe na kire nye bibia ho na emom ebra ya MP a waba fo obai wabenya mfie nan ta example ene ni MC enokwe ebibanya mfie nan pe na owai ebekra so no otua na mo e de aboa snat man yi papa ni odi amaye no efibuzi abre so abuzi abre ye hospital na oma yesu no abe bie no awaba wocho nani e dia hwe osnasemanda age MP na waba yesa de dia man ene MC maybe kai aye funeral ground papa ya ba for de e dia ma osnase owie no wansiwara wasan ayeye gwa no foforo tene ma amene ka se gwa no omunyeme ni ono am se room ya sindako ena bibia nso anse ya enyeyi enti panyi bae no abomode asigwa no ise akase omo de pavement no no matimi abua no ano ensio omsi yo bibia fa Rebecca Foundation omamayen computer laboratory asisia no eno ombusu omugusu onye ya osan aye pavement at least every kokora no be half a kilo na say bɛyɛ Kwesi bɛyɛ womanim a ɔyɛ ɛde pavement afa free junction de kɔ baabi a wɔyɛ funeral grounds no a ɛmu wa a ɛso paa nti wohwɛ owura no mfeɛ nan na wabɛdi no a sɛ yɛn MP foɔ na ɛba no obi ɛba no ɔbɛyɛ kakra de ma a ankasena ase anka yakɔ yɛ anim nti ɔn deɛ gyina ɛbɔ n'aba so papa waboae ɔne yɛn nara
nana yɛbɛda wase papa na yɛdi wasi yɛde ne di akyire bridge ne na yɛade a ehia yɛ kɛse paa nti no deɛ bɛkɔ bi a ne ama ne bɔfɔ san aba mo nkyɛn
mpacho nso yɛda mate sɛ mo nso waba me nkyɛn no pɛ no ma kyerɛkyerɛ nea asi ɛne nea ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ so ase ɛde ama yɛn
okay
yɛda mate na mehyira mo biribiara nso ɛwɔ na yɛn te ase a yɛbɛbɔ pii mu
all right yate da se papa na abusua pani owo achim osena se wosan so eye sanahene ewo achim etwere so na Korankye adade ya wodi kan mi name na ye kokote ne nka nti achim sena se na wom do mo haw na ba na wo hwe bridge ne se de esie bu a na ekire se over 10 years nie na bridge na sha kama papa ya ye wo afidie wom de abom panifo aban ba aban akwa aban te so yesu kopiem sena se wono mo a wom ye MPP stronghold 8 years ni yes MP ote so ene ba 4 years ade oba 4 years otwa mu no ede ade no aye ede aboa wo mu Ghana da bia ya na yetu mo fo se mo ma yemfa amanyosem dodo na partisan politics no ento nche na yanwini ye mpuntu sanse mpuntu nti na yeto aba ede empanimfo wo hwa bridge dia ye na nka mabunu no mani abre se de na mani abre amoka se mo ma wo to election time wo ma ye bibia amfa ma mo de hwe TV bridge ye wo honom se de asia paapai no amanyofo na etwan to se atorenchem bi besie na atorenchem na sie wi nipa awuo adehye firi mu no wo makwa akọbọ enso akese akọhye bo na abusua mehwe nipa wa firi mu ne ma wo munya ye wi ajabi wa ajabi ti ase deda da wisia hu prem na ateko eti wo mo twa atorenchem ansa na mo de abaji wo mu din panifo mo city up na munya madwuma ni yie hwe e block a NDC aban wo ba be hyase e ba bi ese aduro edan ni nyina na apro no asai yes se o mo ba di so mo san akofa sika foforo e de hyase foforo kra enso so blocks ni ade o mo hyase na e Ghana ya taxpayers money ye nyina ye sika e na o mo keka bo mu a o mo de shampoo ntodwuma na se iron rods na gu hoi embatam akra mabunu ni ye good nkasa be iron rods no enkoma sesa kra e de afiri ho no mu a ha adwen ntia na enema bi wo ho no mpanifo mu ntu wana mo e na duru ba bi a nananom ya na mu push no duru ba bi a wo fom kakra de mame say ya desa mo hit wo mo ha da push wo mu yi a nka I think say wo mani bebre aye niema but duru ba bi na kame say ahemfo ni bi kura wo ho a e bia no ya affiliated to one political party bi nto obese obe hit niema hard e ba sa wo manfo na wo ha wo mu e bia wo sa wo hene no sabi wo nya bibi di but omanfo no omokokoto aba no omuni nya bi ni ya ha adwen papa abusia de Ghana te sen besi happy birthday efina na buadu nchen wasi emfa Matthew Dosia oben agiman okọ Mount Zion Praise Educational Complex ewo medoma efu maame ene abusiafo ni nyina na wa woda nya me nhiraw na onye okese midi ne maame Frimpomaa Korankye MFK for short PSC ladi or the health and lifestyle etwaso.
Yes, Thursday. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yeah, that's why I was sala no munti. Don't mind me. Anything I'm doing chiawe eba. Me mamu nyina ache. Me di e di PSA Ladi. Yeah, the health and lifestyle bro. Now help me dressing now. It's drip on drip. I'm dripping on drip. Drip on drip no you be exercise but exercise no. We ebeka say still exercise. Yeah, the ano ebe church and every pemu no. You be studio na yakutwa motion exercise no e de abro. Ye ne Ora Frank AJ. The aficionado chese woko studio anase woko gym na oye instruction no wankasa oni beji very lovely we gym instructor e palestra fitness center na yebeka health benefits of aerobic exercises and cardio training and nan obe church say wo exercises ahodo e mani pedua no enti aerobic exercise no obekomu Yepa. Good morning.
Good morning, Kwesi.
Empom de say.
Na nkopa na room.
Ye de rade. Boko adom ninti yeti ase. Ye ka aerobic exercise exercise ben.
That's it. Didi kan mechia Oyerepa ahwefo na etiefo. The last time I buy no na ye ka about exercise.
Yeah.
Ye ka the benefit of exercise. And I can the types of exercise. Now I don't know mentimi ankom yie. Nti afeni ye fa exercise no baako. Nti na you focus ni on aerobics. Okay, so you can say aerobics exercise and aerobica simply it means oxygen. Aero means oxygen.
Yeah.
Nti you can say aerobic exercise mamin breaking it down. Exercise the oxygen a bois mautimidi exercise into no
let's see you can oxygen I be you know on tiasia from okay
into the amount of breathing no and it determine the oxygen a best supply to muscles no ama otimidi
actually e je baka say inhaling and exhaling wo na wo ba bonte
perfect
okay enti no mock exams ye twa enti aerobic exercise no ya me fa so aerobic exercises mo
okay so didi kan aerobic exercise no exercise a bow and mountain.
Yeah,
this is an aerobic dance exercise.
Okay, we are sa.
We are no almost no. Omo ye exercise, but omo use enyum at the spice up training. No, just say enyum ma training no very interesting. Inti we no a bow omo lusu so be so lusu waiter. One of the best exercises about I'm always waiting no. Inti aerobic exercise no about my benefit. A fat no more at the end of the day no am lose weight. 2. You will say you share nipa muscles now. You will 3 types of muscles. You will the skeletal muscles. That is when I'm here a dry nipa skeletons no. And you will back also a friend of the cardiac muscles. And the last one is the smooth muscles. Now, let me maminka about the cardiac muscles no. So, we aerobic exercise now. A boama sa cardiac muscles no. Enya hodin.
Wakuma. Okay.
Wakuma no is the cardiac no. A boa ema wakuma no eye adwuma yie. Tibroni be say a boama will improve o cardiac muscles no and our lungs fitness. Eye wahrawa no so a boama wahrawa no eye adwuma pa. Pieces so show obi o onante kakra bia no so abre. Onante ba kumienu o so abre. Eye because of akuma no ene ahrawa no. That is the cardiovascular system no. Eni ahoden nti we aerobic exercise now a boa ema akuma no ene ahrawa no enya ahoden nti one benefit no so no.
Wow.
The third one is so a boa ema wo increase stamina. They said na make can obi won anti kakra so abre. Nti aerobic exercise no and also so boa ema gain stamina.
So we are at the ombre. Endurance.
Yes. The last one, which is the most important, no, say a reduce risk of cardiovascular diseases. A bit is stroke, obesity, cholesterol, diabetes. Sanoma we need now. We aerobic exercise now because of say blood, any oxygen, pump it all parts of body. Wakuma, wajunimu, obebi aninti, ebuau, ema, and also so buapa.
And you now who can wajunimu no? I just out tire exercise the cry no. So ujini no. Who ha a refie dementia ne Alzheimer's ne kaka ho na boa dwene no pa my brain
yes Bruni say enhance cognitive abilities no because say you share TV no so abra no mo ye no you will be a friend coordination into coordination in movement you call left you call left you call right into the bia no nipa na client na o training no na dwen no you focused on adia all ye no into a quiet faso eboama adweno adwuma no
Tina say a brain exercise eboama exercise brain nso
e pa chwane
okay na here examples e bi na was way apart from we no say we na ni ba ko na yakose ba bi omo bonyom no omo gina fa akon omo toto omo nan
okay
aerobic exercise no e bi ni de ye hwe eni ba ko na ne o palestra studio no na ye hwe no e bi ni de he bi
okay so we know a stepboard exercise
boxing abemo
boxing cardio box inti you bibi to say cycling and running
so uchi
bicycle stationary bike the jump kwana uchi ni na it's an aerobic exercise swimming and so yeah an aerobic exercise we are swim and a brisk walk to say on 19 ni na aerobic exercise now PSA mama fufu is just a physical activity
now koji choba fufu na we no so we say I want home na ewo ona no nya bia
debi eno de na PSA mama nka baako yewo asebia from Center for Disease Control almost say ehia se nipa bia no every week obey 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise inti within na ochi ni mu ina no obetimi aka say oh Monday Wednesday Friday may 50 minutes continuously aerobic exercise moderate aerobic exercise into 50 Monday 50 Wednesday and Friday ni na 50 not the whole week in 1 year 150 minutes of aerobic exercise
say the 1 hour 30 minutes
1 hour 30 minutes
yeah.
Good and now say within a week you know obi on so be say oni anwode no until every day bia no be chem 30 minutes now at the end of the week you know when you 150 minutes no but we no na buama akoma no eye adwuma yie na prevent from say obenya yare bia e kan wansem
about by free diabetes
cholesterol obesity
so be kese abro so
e pachoane
okay why no na omo here aerobics na pa
aerobic exercise ne de senka wohwema from age 19 to 64 from age 19 to 64 omni here aerobic exercise no pa
and then kwada me jidi second ba for my be
yes obia
school be of area metie Frank na they be omo pia ko match almost all of them are based in kwada no because no e brena sesa nti akwara no wodai ma o plague ayisa ho first en kranko ye mo kwan mo
inactivity yes ade ha adwene pa PSA because and akola freedom e dan kwa air condition look of froka na
yeah so
can go see school na from school na no crowd to the class no crowd no 100 meters into nya time grant me and nanti ntenanu ye hwe the way anomani see corner obia enya aerobic exercise whether akola o panyini o anase obia exercise no onya aerobic exercise no PSA
that's why any Frank AJ were a gym instructor or Palestra Fitness Center in a AD and Como na emfasoa e womu se obey exercise na say the wadi kan akano yes say oxygen oxygen from my home ko emu no ye hia no mframa no ni mu a obenya asphyxia chese wo home betia ma wawu nti na de car ko she garage na ospake a mframa no ohun carbon no free yi no car no mu wisie no no atwe mframa kakra na wo ho no nyina e wo high affinity for oxygen nti wo bewu nti mframa titru bia ba bia wote kora no mframa mfa dan no mu ye ene ye ko nipa dodo no adan no aye ha no titru ye nya ye sreka ye ti slums no ba bia dan no bobo ho no ba bu ampoma ni dan no nti na nipa no wonya oxygen ye ti enim so for some time na be ha ye enti oxygen no ehia pa wanya bia ma nipadua no a chese wo be because wanya blood supply yo ya we na hwanum na yaka wo mo a exercise no ehia ma wo no hwanum na we so mo ye careful exercise ye aerobics no sa exercise we o mu ntimi nye ana ontwe wo ho firi ho
okay se ye hwemu pa ka oma omunyini pa no ananka because so omu ye exercise now omu here an instructor I be guide you omu but ni nyina koko eba be see about the last time na make about PACU. That's the physical activity readiness questionnaire and no to say uya oni nipa ne tena se na oya e ma hu se bia nipa no any underlying medical condition it is so hu wia as an instructor no ene be boa ama watimi I recommend the exercise ama nipa krono so that in the exercise ne dey and penny 4 pound the aged no omunanka those risk factors no but before say ombe no omu here the assistance of a gym instructor be boa omu ama bibia akoyi ama
of course nyo obi odim ni ka abontin bia but obi a technically no nimde
yes
ewo mu fi say nipa ni bi akọ Daniel Kamak Vivian Fo na sam ne Ghana ni collapse wo pitch so no wo ho no mo a obe collapse a menim se nyina mo ye resuscitation ne ke kan ho nyina all the
instructors are palestra no omu ye specially trained in terms of conducting CPR, that is the cardiopulmonary resuscitation in obia for training him in the unlikely event say client back na bibi say sikra na ye betimi ayaya from die I resuscitate no back to life
na say ubetimi atwa ntu nko wanyini na wo hye any kwan say exercise ano yes cardio na sam na ye kanu yo yenko ye video ba ko no mi hu ababa obi wo mu oye nyenge mi say me so wa channel pa oye koto ma bi na ono so aerobics no ebo ha no yes lemon koto say no
ni na
so mehi mo
debi obi ani ni goal out the ba gym obi wo ba pese the soti and found say once your body 3 body types we have the ectomorph, we have the mesomorph, and we have the endomorph. So the ectomorph ni slim no and mesomorph ni adantemu and endomorph ni akesefo no but obia ni de ope obi o slim but oba also on the need the cardio ope so ye aerobic exercise nti aya ni na no largely no depending pa goala or the paper gym no and yenso so ye a customized training program at the man or gym
and now can mean we be slim pa ne cholesterol was so we are slim yes we diabetic we are slim ne sanu ne nan ye tititi we janu flow said you say esi flow ntina as obia ehia be you never stroke patients and so stroke patients e bia ye ka wo fi wo se o exercise ye o mu ye wo hweso no wa ye advisable na
but you advisable stroke patients no omu training is different from the omu ye omu as a stroke patient no you go through something we call rehabilitation exercise into omu the way I did train you omu no is different from the area or gym no it is who stroke na say one ma gym for a rehabilitation now cause obey aerobic exercise now a bit creative problem how bro nti also call gym now only instructor no etinase instructor need to be your stages be brave you don't go through ansana watimi enya a better health sanity
and now some you home service you home service patient go to me ma
we are stroke patient ye wakwanya ebetimi aba eho na aba be home service so e dey amount those clients nina.
Okay, Palestra Fitness Center gym instructor Frankie and ye no aiding common and check your best original so now my say pregnant women because social media so to me who will be no or who will be or pija
deadlift
advisable sir
PS enfum emubiye and make me a video nam dia to social media. And when I say bia me professional they also follow me because obiane to say the na can obiane body type training bi wa be good e be emfaso do ama me enye emfaso de ma so into pregnant mothers no omo here a special kind of care so mo ba jema instead of saying ka obi we share social media de obi ye no aye no may recommend ya man background so obekọ gym na instructor a guide no e training dia way because enye training ni na eye papa ema omo training e be ya ma me no enye ma pregnant mother
yeah that's pa Frankie J say oba ye ko nti e bia wo se metwa to ne mo contact
PZ kakra me kan say ene obiaso aye need time but say opese unya time ubenya time you can make time for yourself emani nyansa ansan waka so we started training and ejuma ye koi se unye fit kra na untimi nko normal ejuma ena ejuma bia wo ye bia ne kai say ene unia nwodin a se uni okra na we be take over inti yema exercise nye ehia de the first idea ehia because and only anwodi antimi anya adwuma inti ye best obia say yema exercise no yemfa ka your priority una ebeboa ye pa.
Okay inti ye palestra mpesa me ba ho a ebrebe na mo ye adwuma
palestra ye bia o match 5 am ye bia ye pon anywhere 8:30 p.m. Gym ayentum nti Saturday na oba beto instructors are on the training.
Okay any contact and location?
Okay ipacho location e Kwesi Guinness Junction udu a Pentecost na ubu say signboard at Eco Palestra ono from signboard no Eco Palestra no is just 1 minute away no do Palestra ho kwanye ya kwan kra udu Pentecost na obisa obi abecho Palestra Fitness
center. Contacts
zero me about your contact me 0243 412 867 0243 412 867
Yeda sepa many thanks into your fanya juma na yenyini enche me din e di PSC ladi ye change over me move over na Kwesi Parker Wilson abeteki over or the yen cross over a OBT agenda emotion encantadios adios yebesensia.
So me when you page omo na me fan ko Faith Homeopathic Clinic.
Aha yo mfidie awdoa ye didi dwuma. Enti na aba ha wonka wo yade no. Ye wafidie ahwe nipa no akwa aduasansia. Ne mom usisi no na a big problem ba ka wo tratra ho ko akira ke be ha wo pomodin.
Customer, sister, adia wo hwie ni nyina na ehwie gu fam yo.
Enia, mani o.
wani ɛna wo de te a sorry mama mfa nko faith homeopathic clinic sister wo gidi shie tatashe wani sube yo panie kura to fom anajo a wo befa
Faith Homeopathic Clinic.
The last stop to the disease.
Na enra nko na mete se wo ba no se wo kɔ Canada.
Oh, woko, okosuku.
Na yesi agyape aba no nso okɔ na nso ono de okɔyɛ adwuma.
Mese, amanfo akɔ no. Enya gro.
Jaye no ho na de won kɔ saa no.
Oh, Express Group for ya.
Express Group.
Yes, Express Group. Obia na nia bre. Pese otukwa kwa ama no ne de. Wode obekɔ simple. If you want to study and work in abroad in any of the advanced countries like Canada, US, Australia, UK and Germany, they will take you there. Nessa you visit and now turn so oko Dubai, Canada, UK, USA, Australia, and Germany numa wode obekɔ. Say ya juma so wode obekɔ Dubai, Qatar and South Korea. And if you want to write an international test like IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, GRE, and GMAT, they will assist you to write. Express Group say, "I can't you and yet ding, and you who's out." Crying Kumase, Asafo Labor, Runabout Wa, and crying. Kanachi First Light, Tema Community 18, Lashibi Goy Filling Station, Sunyani, Silver House, our High Court, Tamale, Ayama Building, Yabe Tamale, Teaching Hospital, Takrade, Market Circle, and our offices, our my bebre, so telephone 055-555-0067 and 0249-000448.
Are you tired of the doomsaw and don't you want to break free from the national grid? Yes, Useless Enterprise has all the answers. At Useless Enterprise, we deal in huge generators meant for hotels and industries. We also have medium ones for saloons, barbers shops, guest houses, and not forgetting your homes. When you buy a gen set from Useless Enterprise, we deliver and install free of charge, and we render 24/7 services to all our clients. At Useless Enterprise, we also
with unity, we can break the eight. If we are not united, the way things are going, they just showed me Ghana MPP. We're going to IMF. Trust me. You're sitting here, you are smiling. IMF. What are we going to say again? Somebody tested me. Don't say anything about IMF. Me, I shouldn't say anything about IMF. I will say it. I will say it. Going into IMF is just like handing over power to NDC without a contest straight away, because the noise we made, and I threw my own words back when I said NDC went to IMF because of mismanagement of the party, the government, or the economy. So if MPP is going to IMF, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So, breaking the eight is going to be tough. You cannot use the face of those who took us to IMF to break the eight. It won't work. My message to you is simple. You cannot read my lips, and I'm not scared of anybody in the party. I will tell you the gospel truth. It's the gospel truth. Those who take you to IMF cannot, this same face cannot break the eight. In Latin it says verbum sapienti satis est. A word to the wise is enough. I'm very, very sad today when I saw the publication that we are going to IMF. You know, that is what Mahama was praying for. He's gotten his wish. It will not be easy. It will take hard work. So we should brace ourselves that there's a tax ahead of us, and therefore it's only unity that will let us sail through different taxes. It's unheard of anywhere in the world.
Who can accept?
Yeah,
you raise the concern.
Of course.
Yeah,
hotels are so expensive in this country. Hotel charges now could wrap a down hotel room. You ask yourself, what am I paying for? I complained. Hotel for enemy 17 different taxes.
I see.
You see, send me my way now, and I bonds. They buy bonds. The usage. So, how would you pride yourself, say, when inflation, your interest rate is about 14, not a 35?
I see.
How?
But in all of these, of course, MFK can say one of your contenders, he can't really be blamed for it because on your driving seat, so you can't blame him that much.
You see, first of all, maybe no credit, maybe I'll see account. Emrasa contender eBay.
Make a Dr. Mahmoud Bam,
Obisa, Emisata. 170 questions.
True.
I didn't know all the same seat. I didn't miss answer questions.
It's a miss 170 questions. Obit me yano. But obit me yano.
I don't know. Because of late he doesn't even talk about the economy. He talks about digital.
It's about me fully economy not running away from the economy. On economy.
Maybe I want him to talk about it. I'm not saying our failure now, but the way he was boldly talking about and criticizing Mahama and NDC government, he should be bold to talk about the economy. For Ghanaians to assess him. That's it.
I'm sorry, strategies. Strategies, any baby, it is only Ghana. And I would the economy call IMF
also your strategies. MPP for Oma clean campaign Ombanyasem because media okay may reply. Obi also your strategies. Also your strategies. Embra you're taking over power. Not dollar your 4 cities. And then dollar your 12 cities. We are strategies. Excuse me, strategies. More strategies, please. Omomianye clean campaign. March 2022. Namisika aye $40 million in cities. August 2022. The value of the $40 million na 16 million. Why not so strategies for Ghana? Mama mobiye hunamo. Yadi efie nyansa ebe pu Ghana mine amana ye emrantia ni mbaba we wie school. Omu nya dwuma nye. Moti ho amusibo your strategies. Moti ho emrantia ni mbaba we wie school nya dwuma nye. Musibo your strategies. Mimi to me BSP plant. Steel plant, you know, I'm employing 1,000 workers in this country by next month. Me no me no one strategies. Oh yeah, I'm telling you.
Right, Ebisa Fontino, that's Kennedy in Japan. In Nsembi Okanya, proud to the November 4 presidential primaries of the NPP. Now, we spend some time on the Kratebia our show on the X account, because a Twitter account. Already, and also apologize say to the supporters. About Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kumasia, or joining the year campaign. It's that is where the issue is. We spend some time make kind and let the amount now say bizarre questions kaka because the concerns coming from the supporters in the say in some kafa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on what basis and also your campaign the man and in fact I say maybe they will help us understand reason and I say reason why I be a Ken or could join in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign. But then again Yenim say Andre Yana, the intercepted document from the National Investigation Bureau, can come your BNI, so your NIB, about the preferred running mate of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We shared data now, which I have here this morning. We shared data now. Chesa Muchra, Minsha South Member of Parliament, Energy Minister, Matthew Pokupempe Napo, and were the preferred candidates as the running mate at the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Omening about 5,516 delegates of the party that you train Komo. Do wanna say or say a corner poor. But this morning we are gonna ask the question. Should it be about the delegates? And I say the public, you know, or someone just running mate in the tomb. And then finally, I will do a quick interview on another pay. NBC launch or more campaign team. And before you're we spend some time and talk about it and then pay. But as usual, the usual suspects are in the studio. I've been away for some time, but in there and pay. My very own Prof. Charles Mafo, or your provost or College of Humanities and Social Sciences, KNUST, or pay Prof. Akwaba. Great. And now that's Prof. And now Dr. Bimpom or Chade or CAF University, an economist or why another pay. Doc Akwaba.
Yeah,
not before be boy now you me cast be about PhD for your passport no for now cast I just want us to appreciate it.
Yes,
I debate just briefly 2-3 minutes beyond this one. That debate here course more professor no. What is your take on that?
That's the answer what you for. When I teach what the person can say kasabu ha nkomobu eni si di kra.
Okay.
Because who this uncle and come on pay good hoofing. Good hoofing. And now me can say. And some also I thought also some cry no credo. And you bring in any
eka.
Oh, you know. Omo mo ke kana so fi say and I thought that yes, I am a self-centered glorification. I don't want to know if we say the Akan here. But the Akan,
I want Chaba. I come there, man, for and now Queen Baziza. I mean, you keep a lot of people queuing. A man for me, go for more UK or more USA. Or my master's a PhD. Don't that to baby. Or more some many jobs over UK, America, Germany, Canada, and Adi. Making the point that they are getting money than her.
And the crew, Mr. Parker, you are right. But the crew say, I have here or Wintina, where Jai, right, Sapi, yes, sir. Let's say, we didn't know what's happening.
Okay.
And not say, it is not even non-starter to do that comparison. In fact, Nyansen bien, you say, you madao. Now, Obusa for who, actually, yes, be an answer with the 4 years a year PhD. But don't stress it. A Jumana, we know, a home for so, as a CPD. So drown answer, Ube Janwa could be PhD. Indeed, I say, there is no iota of space that must be given to this discussion.
I see.
Sebi, Yansen
Bien. Jomama and Doba, Christian service, or Bekebi. Say, that's a Pacono Dika. Because we shall chai a womb, we shall economic challenge a woman. I quite say, oh, PhD can I say, Sebi. Who knew fast war? For 2 women call Aborigina, compared maybe in Cabra. Again, you know our exchange rate is so. What to the kid to every bar? They bring our Ghana. It's in 1 year professors in a PhD.
I'm more PhD now. I'm a 2 coin, no more yet a miniano. Or my Jumani special than Omunibi. Another example, I had my PhD in Hong Kong.
Okay.
The Hong Kong economy. I'm accepting profile from domestic helpers, from the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and the rest, Laos, and the rest. Who has a man on Hong Kong? The least among them has master's degree.
Oh, okay.
The Philippines, you know, we need you man.
Okay.
Who was Hong Kong first? I don't know more person for I'm say. Or be nani dear, and so now you might be. Tibani Jumana Oyeno. Obeya si obia sabi
na one go school. Yeah.
There is no iota of space that must be given to the discussion. In fact, the comparison is a non-starter. The point of the matter is that Nyansen you actually say so who chiro obusia who chiro na adwuma na oye na e baba uska na say menye me pese me PhD nsa how kakra ho but into the catching professor education is not a race. To go out for back or tete said no. Natural me catch up we are now I feel say oh university isn't catching boy. No.
You have to go through the
process. He goes through the mail.
Yeah.
And here I'm catch up about say oh adwuma we say kakosu adwuma kakra kababoa me ba law school catch up there. First professional law one pass. I'm to go to a law firm. Look, I mean, copy word and I'm not copy. When you be a catch out the found a year, you might obey what you have so child pass.
Yeah.
Interesting, your coy, no, Papa, Papa, the pen has 700 to the state. Say, Winnie, what's wrong? No, I'm afraid that just okay. So he just got it.
Okay.
And he. Comparison, no, it's neither here.
It's neither here nor there. No, we can kaka as also na.
Ni na profa kan. But the American nyina ne say minya yanka meye. Any men to me anye. A contest.
Okay.
Minya yanka meye. Men to me anye. Ede atwetan na eba wo.
Yeah.
Eti why and or the right frame of mind, or the resources, or the capacity. Say, Obeku school, a do actually, enya PhD, a be a professor. The first time any prof here, make a chair say Professor Kasa, me one. So it means say, baby, I'm pissing me drew no, minyanri.
Yeah.
Na me pim so come anim say me drew. But eniyama nyina ankoye na wunya baabi so fa na ho so beboa wa pamno chano ni nyina ne mache no
because they claim that the professorship in our Ghana intia cash in but Chad, sir.
Kwesi.
Okay, another. Or catch a prof. Another catch a prof. So, if it's over Chad in your scadia, that down.
Kwesi.
Your reward is in heaven. And I am not prof, or hoping another cat. What's there?
Minim said another akasa.
And prof was not me.
Yeah, na yen. Yeah, teacher for Janet teacher for. So they say. And say yetena ho. Emma yeka say ye depending on the ye di twa ye ka no.
Aban
twa ye ka na so bi a wa employee bi a twa ka. Ye ne a na kire ade ne say oye salary earner, the probabilities of a rich person, no,
they're very low.
Very low. Any cancer as much students know.
Yeah.
And I can tell you for a fact, say, oye, ukita PhD, oye professor. Now nim, u PhD ni professor no ho asemwa. Sa perception say edi hia bre wo no. Ebi ni ho saa o.
Okay.
Because PhD no internationally recognized.
Right.
Professor Nkwade na what try international. They be international che ho na wodo. So just say because say many research gate for year adwuma bi. Research gate. Me hwe wo mo for publications. And I am me hwe ma wo.
Okay.
Do you know how much I earn? At the end of the month? Or at the end of the supervision, Emma institution be cry on obi thesis and nan the BBA. Do you know how much you earn? Unless we area no, person be expanded. It is obi can omon can ye.
Okay.
And prof can say the argument is non starter. And I'm the kaka say minyana maye. Any man to me and
contest
neighbor.
Mate. It's on around this table there. They pay a profit, sir. They pay a dear sir. But a queen no honor be office bia. You can go and do some work. And build yourself up. Very important. I know people on more abuchomo other menial jobs are they're still going to school to build themselves up. It's though a lot of Ghanaians are desperate to leave the country. I know they because UK buy because UK say I mean, now for more you can catch some in Ghana. They were telling me not to come back to Ghana. So I mean, man can say me Babetana. I just came to visit. That's the point. It's a lot of people are desperate to leave the country anyways. But yeah, I say a PhD though. In my masters, I say I'm hoping that I'll go and do my PhD as well. It's me realize no. So that is what it is. It was for I was said your name Professor Samuel Edujem, lecturer. What Department of History and Political Science. Okay, no, see, Ekasa briefly on NDC4 campaign team, however, my producer telling me say on fact call, no. We'll continue the discussion. Then later, maybe I say in Sakana, then we'll see what to do. But I'm sure Bana always say NDC and on the list of top men now on the lead John Mahama's campaign team. Na ABC dada na. This is a team being led by Joshua Alabi. 2020 Mark Menu lead the Nanado campaign team in 2020 or born from in the election just say NDC Lucy Mahama has gone back to assemble the same team to prosecute a year 2024 election on his behalf in the NDC. Dr. Mudbamia on the other hand be so far one of the greatest strategists in Ghanaian politics a year Dan Bouquet okre MP mno kaseba onko biem it just said nia bra oye campaign no also just dey ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia then again Opayansa Edemu Dendenden another great guy fantastic man from the NPP camp also Edemu Dendenden a campaign team no among for the John Mahama listen no and then Bawumia dey na twins enia say is no team at all. It doesn't match a year Bawumia. Prof, one will listen. And Omudi Kase Ampa, where your old faces. The old team there, Boom, and I'm saying, John Mahama, I shot himself in the foot in terms of the new appointment to his campaign team.
Well, Paka, if you can say opinions are like noses, so that the can.
Right.
May the man who say, Sensemu Bana, when you begin to look at it with a political lens, Ubia who you have a canfa. Ubia NDC, Nibia can say, oh, this is a formidable, that's the word, formidable team. Formidable.
Yes, and a very solid team.
Solid.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
But
I'm just MPP Nibia, especially Lomo Mashi or Kakano, because that day, but Ghana, so that Nani during elections.
Oh, I see.
Answer Nando be president. May I show them president?
Yes, sir.
And to that one will be president. To that, me tell you, say, "Your mama and dada." Them one again. Ghana penny a J. I will fulfill. Yes, you did. And I'm your Christus.
Yeah.
We believe in repentance. And to hear a kind Bible, I can also be back. Radimua, no, I pay there. I want you for any my day. That day, you know, check. Why they? We had the fulfront. So let's say, in the Pacro, super intimacy. In other words, and I'm to be an uncrophobia to know and run and ne. I want to miss a son.
Right.
Set aside the other and I say, if you be so may you may be out to catch and say, we say, any panwa, and dinner. And the old new party I found going there. That
on demonstrate enough capacity, say. This is now come on again. I said, who say we be we jai inside jai Mbappe jai no ya boss, but still na dia when demonstrate this we just someone here, and then we are not seen as a new team. It's dia ala bi ni Joma Hama say, ala Joma Hama no. On demonstrate say what sister no show up no so banya.
And the one that idea. What are the indicators? Into that no we can say even the word between the word repentance and change there is a difference.
True.
And then you say, we say, Paul. He repented, he never changed. And you go for saying, or Sasaya, a one confirmed, and Yanko program go panachi. So, stubbornness, none of the thing that them, and one of the bar,
and
it's like your mama's I not you, so you are not you. The indicators be a chest which we will refuse, a chest and and I do not. A chest anyone who walk around, so, your point is there, or any padada, I say anything. But same way, almost say, oh my dear, to some way for me double, no. Now, we saw say, W. I must have only park a see on where you might. Indeed, but must have some calculating. Now, no, dada noir. And one, I'm and so I will be sure.
Because MPP, I mean, not a Magno, and a campaign chairman for 2020. This time, it's done much. Too much said. New strategy, new faces, new people, fresh blood. And the campaign about
Damuche new baby, and to Damuche the agenda will be for you. The first one, your chairman, is or the agenda will be over. You see, these are all rhetorics. Trust me, this does not add numbers to elections.
Campaign team.
No,
it doesn't add numbers to the election.
Let a moment deceive the two parties. What to add numbers to their votes is how Ghanaians feel.
How Ghanaians feel.
How Ghanaians feel. How Ghanaians are observing what is going on. Huh? See that me WMU for no, especially the MPP, the so-called breaking the news where you can't break the without 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they listening? I don't know. Who can go for so time? But you see, Nyansa. We can say that you're to
yeah,
has it changed? That's what we transfer to me. Analyze say, has this changed? It has never changed.
And found whether you put in a solid campaign team and found so we were fifi and found so we call market and found so to bus bakum. It is how Ghanaians feel never chair. So we not win. That's the point of it.
These are all what we call peripherals. They add up. Yes, they add up to the core issue.
Okay.
And to when guys say, oh, I someone and go.
Okay.
Say, Ghana for what you know, oh, Trahama and the MPP for lose. Maybe anyway, I mistake. These are peripherals. Say, MPP for who was this over the number of wire and who's I'm from so no. Send MPP. Person winning power. Of course, that make catch over. So if you look at the amount of roads being built by MPP And then certain young man can be on my year. I want to be in Kahuasamo. It's amazing. But of course, perhaps they can't say it because of the enormous debt. But of course, you can always put it side by side and justify it.
There's a way to spin every
There's a way of spinning it.
There's a way to spin every issue.
But you don't see them doing it. In fact, for me, they should stop building Kaya in Accra and build Trabi Interchange. They should stop all these things.
But when you boss about your share,
build something, especially in your stronghold like Asante region.
But Prof, if you say that, then you're not being fair to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
That was.
All promises said Kai Mama hostel. And he has lived up to his promise. But deliver, because is it 500 or 600 Ghana cedis? And the more for going through the apprenticeship program.
You see, I really don't want to talk about that thing, but I think it's a retrogressive step.
It be 500 Ghana
cedis. Because we want to stop rural-urban migration, isn't it? In an attempt to do that, you don't build an edifice like that in Accra. You will only be calling them to come to Accra.
I see.
This is common economic indicator. Say, and free, Sabi.
Not the
they are supposed to be farmers.
Right.
One would have thought, say, we will give them incentive to stay back. In other words, yeah, man, say, you see, go be dear Bruno, I can't Bruno. What's the tip? 50 would be a Bruno. You say, a Bruno Brian will try and get Pianica. I don't know what are you doing. You are telling those that have a medical on granny, say, they are starting. The moment can see, Costa, Nancy Bessuetry. After 6 months, what graduate, not the man in a man. Who is going to see to say, what's a Saturday Marcus sleep? No, when you now put a stop with the Marcus, Mohana acquire white. One echo wine store acquire white.
I see.
Just say, and you may seriously, I just don't get it. But of course, a senior sending back food. Maybe I'm Barbie Church in one match. So far, none of them make sense to me.
Mate, Prof. I remember Docus. It's Prof. Akasembiaba said it is not about the formidable, the solid, the fantastic campaign you put together.
Well, you remember the fantastic team now, compared with NDC MPC.
Yeah, the fantastic team.
I said NDC for the non-Kaikra.
No,
and
the economy.
And now we have 15 point something to $1, isn't it?
That is true.
So what
pounds is almost 20 Ghana cedis.
What is a fantastic team? Because what will make people vote is how they feel. Not the team you come up with.
Not the team you come up with. So the direct question to you, Doc, he said, then, I mean, what's the fuss about? Campaign team leaders, campaign team managers, running. What's the fuss about it? If there's no need, you want to say, I mean, it's how the people feel there. And not that you waste time when I comparison.
Kwesi? Asemo.
Me too.
I would say, Ghana, you're quick. Say you be at a committee. Sa attitude no away more free. Tradition goes on. I would say if you cross him here, obi no obi anyantokwa no. Kabia mi apanyi wo obetimi asiesi asem no yese ye twema busu apanyi
aba anaso papa na mama aba
mama aba na bibisa etiama ya femu no ye feel say bibia na ye committee na ye but committee no amode be ye no obia ho diverse thinking obia adwene nko na say obi wo campaign team, obi ni campaign team. The campaign team itself, no, it doesn't add much, as Prof said,
to the victory.
To the victory
of the candidate.
Of the candidate.
Party. I see.
It doesn't add much. But that does not mean say campaign team and we a campaign team, no, say o constitute year. Omo na omo be tre akofom. It is a campaign team on this. A BISA for the legislatures. Yes, one parliamentarians no be di nsawoso
no ahwe obi adwuma obi a wo gina wo 275 constituencies no no ahwe enema a also omu eka ebetime di aboa wo mo say ye ka say team way e strong eche team way a me hu ne strongness ni nyina gina say dwumadi a party no edi say the prof kan ye no say you know metime dem say simi bo say MPP of 5 million votes already NDC so of 5 million votes already dia kanu a ebe make a difference no e honom no na ye won nkofo bi a omu na si ahene san nkofo no na wo no omu hwe ne ekoso wo man ni mu no omu determine say based on ABCD enti me feel say we eba ebeboa sense we be saba oh but yeah na you refi o you feel say ye basi ni pe free nkurase do mu ba kromu a na je say yensem na ye kan ye no aye adwuma e sika say ye sika say pa in the first place but na woka say omu say e dada no a
dada na because Allah be
yen hwe MPP omu no mu nyina so dada no a damboche enye ono ana the for time meboa
yeah
enye wo ma eno nye general secretary
of course but leading the campaign no but leading the campaign e can wasem you
there be operation
national campaign for election
listen operation listen kwa wa lusu
olusu ni see that's true
wansa nko bi o wansa lusu debi asem bi wo na wo kan ohun
debi 2%
yo be bia wo sa wo kasa asem no put me make a blanket statement no alabi any John Mama a contested
olusu true
so what I say
yeah
so does it mean say a time will come alabi a contester on winning ana a time will come obeko contester obe winning depending on the indicators are available when the indicators favors you are Kwesi obi antimi stop
okay
so indicators in favor wa obi antimi stop
and found say that say
and found say that say new but the only thing is say so for say o per say wo ka bibi now the bu o mabamu a eno there is allowed say obetima ka bibi but sa enipa no middle income for no mbemu osi ahene for no are they prepared to listen to sansem we mo almost sansem we no say campaign team onye campaign team o enye ho no mu hwe o the omu hwe de say menya sika akotua me ba school fees the omu hwe de say sika mi yi kodwom da bia no ekwa eniema be ne de ba the omu hwe de say odi ne ka akogina pump station a
fuo ne
say na wo
no bo ne ti say
ni bo te say the one shall say oh me person me cra books bi na bibi say free anom exchange rate no say sanyema wey na enipa hwe dodo no na me kan dey dodo no dey think say oh me dey we are na me pe
but I've heard argument from the MPP side say na mutikro mo professors no doctors na mutikro kesi and na mo yes cedi ni dollar ni hwan obi oti favor be tum chok ni bayere bo chiwo ni henfa no
Kwesi
they don't care about musili ni mo dollar na
menko
they want to look at nipa suru ni your fee bow
eye nimtia na omu bu yenuanom obi obekasa sai bia na obu yenuanom nimtia
really
na enipa no wo ba kumasi aba beto sekan no wan foka ofoka no won tia senti ade otua senti ade no otua no last year no eno na otua this year eti onu eti sebi mikrom se obi siase no na oba ne say 5 cities na oba ne 7 cities a who say we happy with it Who say we happy with it? Oba Kumasi na oba beto sekan no. Kotokro no oto no 2 series. Na na ko 2 series 70% sa. Who say we happy? Oba ye no sabi waba ekabi a wo pe aponchitire ni aponchinan bi. E di akose sanem kwan mu. Oba na aponchitire ye bi a 60 series. Na na ekọ 90 series a. Enti who say na mama ncho mo kasa asem no kra.
No, because I
na wo bu nipa ni mutia. Sa kasa no ye refine ye kasa.
I see.
Ye refine ye kasa. Enye papa. Se wo be kasa kire wo nua se pe ba bia wo tie enti no wonu onim dia wo dia si.
Because I'm making this point because oftentimes, and when I say what Frimpomaa Korankye be the chief of staff. But my spokesperson, Miraculous Abuaji, want to me, almost see on any given day, and found say exchange rates, and found say fuel, and found say inflation. Ashanti region will go all out for MPP. And this is the statement of fact.
Kofi,
it's and found say except you go into no makasa how much count.
Kwesi,
meet you.
Make us a match wrong. Because much only nipa isan ya ho na okasa oso ma okasa hote sanko fo obobo omudi ni nyina no obi a ne de oka bia ya meya Frimpomaa pare
chief of staff
ya so no ka bi pa
what I have the video what
ya oka bia enka ebe ya meya amano
I see almost expect 80% come from Ashanti region.
Oh, that's 80%. 80%. Almost here and yet.
Or say Ashanti region come all.
They say,
but almost more than 80%.
There be more than 80%. Almost here. Almost share more than 80%. Almost like 80 more than 80%.
But in statistics, you know, almost 75% above. They win the election.
Master, we say 80.
But I'm making a point.
You can get this system.
I'm making a point. Apart from 80, no, only 75%.
Figures a year Juma. And Ekasa. Me too. But only there's difference between 75 and 80%.
I get your point.
80 and 75. They are never the same. But manager percentage wise.
5% difference.
0.5.
Yeah.
0.5. I'm telling you, it's not easy to come by.
But what share data now? MPP 75%. They've won the election.
And I'm saying, when you're 75%, previous performance, ASA. Here's your previous performance. It is a Obakasabu Asantimani Mutias Adia.
Said then.
Say, upon the Aquina Asantimai and Nimushe. It is Asantimadia. Choboy near the actually.
But that's a statement of fact. Every election, Ashanti region, they vote massively for the MPP.
They vote massively.
Exactly.
They vote massively.
Pull the data from the EC4 website they are bound to pay.
Kwesi, they vote massively. Fair enough. So what you say. But abano omoto no. Omoto pay mpuntu. Omoto abano say yentra yeda dem de bia o. So they say, yes, the last election, MPP ne NDC in a central region, one and the votes I appreciate here. Is it not a threat? And yet threat my MPP.
Yeah.
Me Miracle Budget, Chairman, but my minute here.
Frimpomaa.
Years and
in just 2 minutes. I think so. No, it's okay. I definitely.
Ebe me wan say maame no ebe make isa blanket statement.
Mane yan wa can we? Mane yan wa can we?
And I make say me wan say wakasa de no.
Okay. Identity.
A blanket statement. So they say, let us say Omo underestimate Ashanti region.
I see.
Omo underestimate, but the idea say nkofo because say what the akoko kra be gina ye beto amane, o say MPP atare beto amane no. And then make catch say a fallacy.
Etwem.
No Ashanti. And oba. Na wa anyere wo ho a vote so better.
Doc Mati, Ebujafo, it's when it comes to campaign team near the end there, around the table they are just to say doesn't really add up. How the people feel. It's in the 2024 election in December, no, as we are at the crossroads. Senator Prof Kaji, and a few years ago, that was when they were politically conscious. Kufona Dubai, or say she was sitting not to Abapa. In this election 2024, a bear she was sitting not to Abapa, not necessarily about a fantastic, a formidable, a solid, a quintessential campaign team. Debbie. A Nippon on the TBO who and I washe they ato a year abano. It was therefore say we'll move on from this now. Call the running mate conversation. I have the document here. Let me pull up the National Investigation Bureau for document. Waha anope. Now is a special report on NPP running mate and run a buyer. Menya copy of all the documents in it's just about 10-page document and shut down Dawson. Now, quite interesting. And the paper breakdown the amount, let's get to our election for nothing. Remember, all the breakdown, nothing, remember, Yabuja for Enkasa. Conversation. In every election, there are two boxes. I would say, political parties, I take of course, electing a flag bearer and running mates. John Mahama Yenediye with Jinano Pokajiman. Aka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Nyamia Duma. We are learning, in fact, and run our information say next week National Council Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, took our UK or program UK at this weekend. Now, Oba, not just Oba Bishia, the National Council to submit Obiobene running mate that even before that, the National Security File document through the National Investigation Bureau, that is the NIB. In fact, normally BNI is called NIB. Almost share the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And pay document that means I can be breaking in down the amount with my guest in the studio. Nafi, you caught in 7 years. Now, we share a document that is quite simple. Almost shall say just last week here, from June 12 to June 14, and on a year 7 across the country. That's according to the document across the country. On the 15th of June, here now more publishing the man a year in Penifua and Ra Yenso Yensa KB. Now almost sample size, NPP membership I understand it's about 2 million people as real membership of the party. Now a year and I before almost sample size across the country only 5,106 and a Kasaya Mochese, women in real core party members. It be a national executives, it be a regional executives, it be a MMDCs, it be a MPs, it be a polling station executives. It tells you a select group of people within the party. And on your more Kasaya, and that's the figures I'm about. So national, regional, constituency, chairman and executives, polling station executives, and on your more Kasaya. Now let's go into the finance. Quite interesting finance, and on the buy now. Your core finance now. You know that Frimpomaa Korankye, Nantoshi, all these individuals and almost sample as part of the survey. So me Paka remember me chairman has your constituency chairman. Paka. Sani Power, one person here running mate at the man, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Then I mentioned the name. It's Matokoku Prempe, you said the tune Brian Champon is here. Now, I was going to say Brian Champon. About hotel no. The information I am picking is that because of running mate issue, Obi bomb more leaking information. The man black just to paint him black. And for the past 2-3 weeks Brian Champon has been in the media with a black over a debate to say Auto Labadi beach. Someone what is our story, And my information is that the information about because it said Brian will pay a year running mate in the dinner obedi information on Ediaba. Then and again, so age number Apostle Pukuina, he's there because of the numbers from the Pentecost Church. Now, man for says or a former chairman of the Pentecost Church. It is almost fun as running mate. Pentecost Church across the country, and you'll agree with me. So we share across the country. Pentecost Church, a dose of a dose in yepa. At least if they're able to get about 80% of the church members voting for MPP, I mean they are on their way to a victory. Joe said we should. Well, this man, meaning didn't come on. Or can say only the one per running mate, but however, some people were pushing for him. So may running mate, you better show the figures. Frimpomaa Korankye. And I say what to say traders be from Kumasi. As you know, Frimpomaa Korankye, no running mates, no agenda. Natoshi, also a female in there, and in Yabre. On also national security for no a corona mubodino. Now, let's show breakdown of what they got according to the numbers and that's how mom no mukasai. If you look at the statistics and I said data number the buyer now, Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Landslide victory for him 76.27% across the country. NPP4C Napo should be the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So Napo is here with 76.2%. Or your energy minister, former education minister, Minsha South NP. Now, interestingly, the closest contender, I'm already saving closest. Because 10.16% today. From 76 to 10 there. The gap is big. You say the Chum, the education minister, when you're 10.1%. It's almost two, no? And as I raise in the genome so. And for Edichum, the information and I said concerns I want to say. The Shanti original minister is from Bosumche. Your original chairman is from Bosumche. You cannot have a running mate. I was saying free Bosumche. Aden. Bosumche Munkwana Monipa. There be. There are other constituencies and I say places are almost one part. They are equally competent to be the running mate. It's a way one of the factors that could hear. They will say the chum permanent information from national security. One of them because what did first original minister Samuel Semensa, original chairman, chairman went to me, and then him being education minister. I mean a few something, and then you go for him to be the running mate at then one year. Then and again. Napoleon, apart from the gravitas, enthusiasm, or command over the grassroots nationally, or some appeal. Then and again, when it comes to seniority and contribution to the party, so the people generally within the party, others, I am cophobia as Lowusumuna Diade, Omina Kamuboma, 4.57%. Then James Abonsu, former majority leader. We are 3.3% on Kankra. Frimpomaa Korankye 3.34% one day. I said, Namikai. Say, man, we all know about the Koto Jing and Ya or be running mate. Maybe you do know of fact, Ghana, be you do know. We need serious minded people to support whoever become the president to run the country. I set a standard with a year, the vice presidency. Into what about be running mates? Now I'm your that's how be a vice president. There's a standard for you. And Frimpomaa Korankye, obviously, with her age and a broad bono. So she's out of the contest. Jose Usu also out of the contest, but when you're 2.27%. It's look at there from the document in there. Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo and so far party say, and this is the party and you're gonna for now. The core party members and say Napo should be the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, you share idea with Napo whether what kind of November 4 election Napo was somebody who actually gained a lot of votes for Bawumia. We share Bawumia in the constituency election now. Napo Emma Baumia about 85.5%. 85.5% in November 4 election. No. Bosomte constituency where a year edichum one onya 60.2%. It's if you compare the two krana, Napo has been able to do more for Baumia than edichum, even with the constituency election. It will be seen, it is quite obvious. To whom much is given, much is expected of him. And you were free in the whole of Ashanti region, gave Napo the highest vote, gave Baumia the highest vote. That was 95% in the November 4 election. Or not the amount of campaign coordinator, or so on pair animate and also do animate yourself. It's in the amount of campaign coordinator. But for Napo and then Edichum, Napo did better, way better than a year Edichum. It's a nunti and a odiamano. After yen chef senior no woman, what are the NPP as a party? Omope a year or ba as a animate, umbisa question. Just about 6%. And the cast of Mopo bar. But on the next slide, I read the family. Just about 6%. And on the cast of Mopo bar, 6%. And the cast of Mopo bar. So this is the pair. Two leading contenders, which is the Napo and then Educhum. No. So only Yomutu no alone. Say nipa two way. Wine should be the best pair to Baumia. Then again, Naponia 84.25%. 15.75%. It's automatically no. Even the two among the two no. Still now the preferred choice. The preferred choice for the party Matthew Opoku Prempeh. That is Napo. It's from all indication, Napo is the man now. Probably Baumia the fan, but memati from the grapevine, from Baumia's quarters, Baumian for say the running mate is going for Napo. It is so Otukan Naso Bar. A dear or the called National Council. Napo din. It's in the side document. You begin to ask yourself, National Security for almost Sevilla. Why did they leak it to the public? There's a reason why they did that. And the reason, quite simple, is to foment Napo's base. Said Napo should be the one to do the running mate. Now, after they had a conclusion in the report. It wasn't lost on them. It wasn't lost on them. But next slide, no, so it wasn't lost on them. If the conclusion is ready, give me the conclusion. The conclusion, almost say, and I'll tell you, almost say, Napo, your energy minister, Yeka say there are energy challenges, there are crises, and which also are buying no supporting Napo. Say na be Napo be timia bon homodin e energy ministry, and yes, sir, it could go against him generally. That's what the national security is saying. BNI finance NIB for Nomoka. Say yes, Napo is the preferred candidate. However, there's a challenge for him. The challenge is that say adumso kakraba. Ama for the sumu. Ama you plant ediba ye. Say empower no. It is still there. Ewa homa so it's still there. Empower no. And if you read a thing, and I'm reading for it, given Dr. Prempeh's current role as the Minister of Energy, the ongoing power crisis in Ghana could impact his candidacy. Could impact his candidacy. Therefore, the government may need to implement necessary measures to solidify, this is the word I want, to solidify its competence in managing the energy sector, thereby enhancing the party's prospects in the 2020 general election. It wasn't lost on the BNI for no, and I say NIB for no. Say, this is the money you are bringing. Now, the neighbor, because a doom so ho in Joseph Buano, no some a month for this is what the national security document. And none of Bisa. Why Napo? Should he be the man? Because, of course, again, then you know, say Napo, there are concerns about arrogant, you say, and recently, you heard about the timetable of doom. So say, you inquire a timetable. What's in Nina? You inquire a timetable. What's in Nina? It's in I don't know. I'm a fool, so. So the question is, and I'm coming to my guest this morning, doc, intimidina here, many doc, in a prof, ewaha, many doc, ewaha, kasa, and the future I was talking about in here, Baumia vote Tonya, Menshia South, that is Napo's constituency. 85.5%. And the Bichum 60.2%. And what it means is that Napoye Juma ye the constituency. Edema Bamia. It's Ebia. I mean, it is only fair. Say why you want Mamadia meeting me in that manner. It's only fair. But the question is, why Napo? Why this man? Why him? Why should he be the running mate? Ghana for the Sonumu. And almost Sonumu. Is it a way, say, they want to tie Bamia's hand to by force? Select him and that is the question I'm asking this morning. Now, my guess for Prof. What's your breakdown? Yes. The question is, Napaman for say, the party should not look just within. Homophobia generally will be appealing to the general masses. Yeah. Napoyo Bia, I mean, what Mauritania for some time now, as a member of parliament, as an education minister, as an energy minister now. Or you be said, Bamia in the bar will be appealing to the people.
Paka, yes, me free, sir. Me free, sir, Napo. Why are you right? Party, me free, even during opposition, when they were in opposition, they come one or more Ghana ha. Opposition Assembly, almost radio can be those days City FM in particular. Every Saturday he was there, actually putting forward the agenda or the ideas of the MPP, and he did it so well. Okay. He was the education minister. True. In fact, he implemented the free SHS. Right. And he did that boldly. In fact, the choir of us, so yeah. So we had the support of the Chum. Well, at the time, everybody does something. You see, the fact of the matter is, everybody does something with the support of others. Okay. And until MPP buy, I'm saying, "You come and go and find out this." Then now, you move the idea is initiated by somebody or moved by somebody with the support of others. Right. In fact, Tasmania, Napo couldn't have implemented free SHS. In this idea, you never can say this. You can't. But the leadership is key. Napo led and did a lot. I mean, forget about the shortfalls of free SHS. He was great. Again, over 2016, 20 elections, 2020 elections, in areas that baby Napo had to actually put his face forward. To the extent that some places, I would say, he was almost disgraced. Think about Famina. Okay. Think about Drew Baby and another walker with Jim Kasa. I had a chance of meeting him in Obuasi. Okay. So for us, the American can say, well, yeah, you want party. Okay. And I age-wise. So what I say, age-wise, he's competent. And I think he's about 56 years. Yes. And about 60 years. So I mean, again, you want to look at character traits. Let me bow. Because the character traits, I'm not for Bono Kwedu with his recent comments about Dumso. Say, Dumso about a month for say a timetable, see, you're a timetable. It's, a month for say there's a bit of arrogance on the papa portrait. You see, me can say we all have names well. Okay. And again, beside names, there are times in our life, maybe because of the situation or mood or something, you can sleep. Okay. When you sleep, that's you say you don't define or very unfair. Unfair to him. Right. And a few times when I was sleeping here, maybe the pen wine, you can say you don't so. Right, and told out the Nippon Sumatun Semi, so at your say, no, I say, the Aina, a week, I say, yes, say, dear babe, Bonichi, and of course, you should know a day. Oh, Bangina. I thought that's so deeper when you are upfront and bold. People describe you as arrogant sometimes. So upfront and bold. That's how you see him. And then maybe I have personal interaction with him, right. Especially when I was the National Youth President, one-on-one. Okay? So Shiana may have seen him one of the most humble people you want to be with. And Utumu said, your concern is his. Your concern is his. Meaning, Brebia, drew as a National Executive Committee, SAB, me catch them. Over catch them as a national. To the extent that it drew my whole youth a Pajaro. Different next ministry my. I see. Kwani catches here back negotiations Kumasi. In fact, one of my predecessors who were from Cape Coast. Okay. A brand new Pajaro. I'm not saying say every credit for one personal resource, but the American say or ten manipa. So the microphone can arrogant. Hey, Obama, Obudipa brutal. To me, the me free say do be here at the atene. Obe here microphone one in China. To say okay say one munko mo no immediate o match na gina say any problem na gina na you record. And coming back to apologize, this is one thing I've always told politicians.
Ghana for him here.
Sir, coming back to apologize, and then we are so bad apologize. Yes, I'm bad. We hear something different. Microphone will say, and I'm none of the year anything that we say. In other words, we accept to say the year riding. To be just say, Napo is a fine gentleman. So the Uncle Fofi so year, you know, I'm the free say they are the what I call slips.
Okay,
but MPP person or don't air animator, they will still need level-headed people around him. And the you running with a said you improve because I'm running the campaign.
True.
I want to bet you it's a time for campaign, time Casa. And then the kind of USDC. Me, Pamino, Umbusa, question now. Sapaka, wouldn't say about Busa will be piano at 1 minute. Come on, my guy just said, oh, we need a foreign way by a youth connect me. Of course. It's really, new here. You're from me another channel. That can't watch him. Into Namika say, only a good right hand man. Now, I met it in Che, Dana, come in, and Zaka say, honorable, don't speak. And to Dana, John Kuma. 1 week, you know.
One kasa.
Exactly
one
the
kasa.
point.
One kasa. You all watch the video.
Yes.
One kasa.
You know here tonight. But say Obetuma here as vice president today. I tell you.
So he's the best pair for
I tell you, he's capable.
It's in the survey, you know,
and
it's in order.
It is in order. Okay. Of course, I don't know the agenda why they came out around this time. But the guy is cut for the job of vice president.
Ebi say this is a pure agenda move because national security for your Madia. A lot of times on my Madia, nobody hears about it. I've been seeing that this one. Media. Is there a particular interest to say on some force about me as hand? Assuming about me, maybe or think of another person. Enye Napo. Could this force him to choose Napo?
Kwesi, whether this survey or no other survey, there's no other person in MPP. There's no other person in MPP. Obetimi asopase Napo. Sani pa wo yomu ba nyina no. Omokra no a ebi ma di dwuma titiru pa kese pa wo oman mu amanfo ahu no. Omokra no survey ama womanso. Oma anyamu ye yankware se ketekete man polimpo. Oma anya. Eti who again? When I only Zanko for you, Munipa, ofre chira oba. Ni who che, the who che na
Ebia now. I'm become Opokuina, for example, the former chairman of the Pentecost Church. Ebia wono, Massa, Martin in Panasem, Ebia the general public, Massa, Ebe Panasem,
Massa, me can crash. Me can't be actual. Opokuina sem no men famem.
Adentia.
The family cry.
He's been speaking for the party for some time now.
Oh, it will make any impact. I'm not going to go out to one of you. Can't watch it into me. Can you catch and say, yes, I'm a vice president. Sana Yamin, ni Pasane Yadi. Mr. Emma Boom for no petrol was Kwesi. Funny men, what did Doom Sober Naba? Doom Sober, yeah, under his watch, Doom Sober.
Doomson under his watch.
Under his watch, no Doom Sober. But now can what they air no. Actually say, obet me ayo. Now the criticism sir, under opoku nyina Pentecost for kan ye no ye yanti bia na. E ma me ko misro papa no we nyame nipa on tan baby. And now friends
about politics.
Yeah, ma of farm of 5 for mu. Let's say what no be for mu dia nsema ye beka na ya no no. Menya so say bia no wetin bia kana no.
I see.
Because yes so ye won sempa ho. Na prof kan napo. No kre me for instance ya na me wo problem with the be am because the managers omo managing no this time we hear highly powerful people to sit around him to sit around him and yet asem bia na ye bia no kan because me when the comments to be a distasteful.
I see.
Say obeka but wakada omobeka to sort for so I'm interchange the way and manner you see dealing with the central form was anti-memu sakasa no or say omo manage no make us be COVID-19 ebaye no Ashanti Region yete hawo she obi a no won constituency bia no me sister omote the constituency ho Krofro unim say man no ono ane a team of people eruru afiem owura house to house e bisa se de omo sitie obi sa so na nye kwawo
eduane ka ho
eduane aya no awo 5 kilo 5 kg emo no de anwa kakra si so say utse fie bia na nema mu odin eti owura da we mu no de amom ono ne di animu ba ne wo other people yamfa no to nchen party ni mu no djuma na po aye wo party ni mu no grassroots no I don't think say nipa ye line omo app no obi anu a wetima yibi
Educhum great guy of education ministry
where from Educhum yet no popo da be
that's 2016
yes
but maybe you see
no listen
UK omo branch of the
tie
omo party
what baby we nkoko na obi ti krom hanom race sawa ewura ayi a friend say what could also nsu a na adidie ba what one Mary McDonald's na ye dey abroad say baby
you see more I mean omina were people who were part of the US and the UK branch of the party our party from UK US
the hu ni ha the hu ni ha and na ye ka ho asemu
right
time mu ye dey no a na ye pedipa mo mawurawura after say MPP lose 2008 people went mute checking from 2009 up to date say napo wakana no atumuda wadi no hunyina ye adwo ma party no it is a survey no you know with this big margin and yet
we are landslides. No fluke. We are landslides. But we want to be a big margin. Landslide. It is not landslide. 76.
No, cray woman no. Any passer who did you ma? You know who did you ma? Men show what and a man show a new and then share size. Make a near map a power napo I say our MPP who our Santimemuno. You have no idea.
It's a Baumia or the dinner con next week. Na enyen na pa. What do you think would happen?
Already know.
No number for so my open for life.
Yeah. Already know. I don't know. Him say na you. It is what say obebo na tra.
Dem ya we say den him no den him.
Ah. Entu nim say Baumia him.
Baumia him.
When him ti say when you be a mana antanechi amanfo be considerate say enya hwe o de ni pass message na ponti no ye ka say ye koyachi na so ye saba sa candidate no ohia no to pair with ye ohia nipa amanfo de o mani beto say irrespective of any part in the short force no say nipa we no obo no ho modern it is say nipa we ye man kwan onu nti no dem susu ye no mejai Inti media chiri. Anya sa mechanical cracho say okobo any other name apart from Napoa. Apati na abano. What do you say? A bear multiplied by 62.
I'm going to this election.
I tell you.
It's your pick anybody apart from Napoa.
Napoa.
Elect a opposition straight.
I tell you.
Doc, Prof. When the doc here, because Bamia is a man, also I have my own vision. I'm a man of my own one vision. And if his vision is leading him to Charles Manfo, Parker Wilson, why should people worry about that?
The crew say, well, vision I will say nipa nyina nepe nti eso hu se nkofobi enye ne vision ti no mbe hweso ato aba ebe running mate nti and there no doubt about that nti said the tie no the end America say the napoya adwuma ko duru no na the data gina e kire no it will be suicidal say obi ka say or sesa napo at this time bio Bamisan can say
to choose Napo by all means.
I'm not forcing but
the National Investigation Bureau Ghana move forces about them to see
I know forcing the one you say and then we no be just say running me today sente mamu here ya no be
of course
be free
na Napo can first sentiment
one word the data show say the person we in here mind you, but the caricature say, I catch say you almost stronghold in the idea didn't know. Now people are complaining about how backwards Kumasi has been. And never cause you know, Ubianye. And I can say, Game on Bayer can look both and there might be 5 interchanging, come back. Unya no, Nasa di Paswa, Kumasi for a Gina Baba. I you say, you're dating or but running with Pastor Warren, you know, and another man sentiment.
It's true opposition straight. It's opposition at
you know. See, me pay honesty, no one about me honesty. Or bad sentiment, we can pay here. Now, I heard the spokesperson, I said, there's a discord. But me and say, we hear you, man, we hear more. And go for so say, I go now. Everyone was say, or no part him for Chorno, we think I say, I be now.
Yeah, shall go all out for MPP.
Now, this is why we are making, we sit in sushi and funny people. Sushi
so you defend Martin, that's the prof in the dog. Let me activate the phone lines for you to pay now to join the conversation. So 76 and a wahano for a year Napo Bamia Educhum Diana 10%. Ya can't about campaign team, you know, NPP there and NDC there. And the latest survey I published on the 15th of June on a year preferred running meeting. Ubia Jatum within the NPP sir. Napo, what do you also think? Numbers are activated. Nafe Mitio. Hello, good morning.
Whatever.
Please can come on pay. Mitio, but until Mamma Yanko.
Then I said, for 3 days on French Modu and command the next president of the Republic. I like the name of the bomb. But the kind of playing in your playing for. And me official with them, no Katai. Dr. Yamamu, the bomb, and favor, most you see as for me, the double young man Mahama. From young Hammer, and what comes at no. Young Hammer, or coach about what many president of Ghana have you, but I think you official with the class of Dr. Mamu, the bomb, we can beat young man Mahama hands down. And the and the professor I can get. Almost Romajan, or mother. Mate,
hello, good morning.
Oh, alhamdulillah, you only get to Idris to
right, it's you.
I mean, so and say now, Manaja. I want to say about me, but just get a coffee with the Basano. I'm sure and I went here, Montpellier, John Davani Mahama, and no, what was at my Mishano. Now, Mr. Kojadi, the power bantama. Paka, no one can say, Namino, Umpenny, say, as a team there, and found Nitimoji, who say, about where but to December 7th, I was a temper people. Because economic management team, what a solid economic management team, saying. So, I was who, it is the other guy who would be as a term, Eke be bia nega o mena dru uko joma uto adia enyim se we MPP we NDC to
okay Mati, so you agree with the point say I'm not sure Mati to but Mati, thank you very much Idris. I'm Kwesi corner say hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kwesi.
Yes sir.
Where you near by my flat, but my pizza was
oh Francis Francis me to kaka maba
of Lokra on the side. Of Lokra on the south.
You know, meet you Francis meet you.
But in Yamisra. Oyerepa na Oyerepa said the mapenyo ni job man you obey DSP amem go to cancer for abinu to it amem will say. Because you Matthew book because your mama and baby are with DSP sound of wisdom. Just the name, yes, and no longer putting by legislative good picture of the matter of the Yama. I remember the man, the mom, and the bit of woman. Therefore, I'm not sure, so I'm going to give you as that. So I'll be a
point for me, Medasi. I'm Kwesi corner say hello, good morning.
Good morning, Paka. Na pom to say.
I'm not doing Oyerepa, but you're first and everything.
Nana Kwesi.
Nana Kwesi ti on pay.
Ayo, ma menchia ompanifo a oni mu adwuma. Second submission ma member mensemoma especially Professor Chasmaf. The way I will see putting analysis no. My the omu nyina akra. That's the nipa bia ni wa oni shortcoming. Na ye be before na ye qualities ni nipa no. But from so ga kra bi e woni nipa no. Ya ko gina so nti anhwe ye nipa kan pa ema no emwaye. Na ye me offer Bruce Mamenchia o se hwe wasete na to aba ye damase. Se nyankopon ko ya adom ne ko hwe asete ne ko to aba de maba wumia. Hwe na obi an ko hye ties wa abontene ameka because what the Canada it move because asete de ye be
na mahwe na mda to aba pa no yo mate right portable with medas what prof ne dog here na yesro studio medas on ko next corner say hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes sir, what's your first and everything senior?
But me get the George because free mobile
hohoi
Boban.
Okay, Boban. Okay. Right, George, it's you.
Yo, but I'm paying Matawati, Mataka, monitor 24/7. Now, Mr. Matawati, when you phone on number 20, and answer for any agenda for one of my day. That is studio.
That's it.
Master, I can say, MPP or Tomokopa, Gagaga, and my vice president. On the Lusu. That's a Omar Yitimano, and what chair, any Adwini, any or Hawa, Ghana for Infamino. The MPP engineer, let's say Ghana for no, India Echo. You say, Inshallah.
Major, thank you so much. Maybe just about 2 more calls. Now you're wrapping up this one on the show. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir.
Paka uja hoko yese opa nyasa mkitwa.
It's Benapo.
Ndo se nimefanya kete mono bejo ko mafamu magana man. Paka no kwase mte ye MPP4. Nimu ye kan ko se ye ba efompa ye ma Dr. Baumia ye ko. Ene de kese ubi a wo so won kan ko. Nti ebi be hia se Dr. Baumia se ye ubi a obetini support ni na efom na eyi himu no ebetini gina. Then this idea no kwase ni ko before election no. Abeye dia made before pa o yan tempitu enti no bi say Dr. Napono kwase ni edeboa wo kwan so na say the bia him no ma ta say enkoyi no if you say na papa bit my age mama na akọ
last call no then we wrap up this one on the show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes sir, but your first and everything
but time of the among say man so kwablan
right, but it's on the pay.
Yo, me mamoni aduma.
That's it.
Na mpanyimfo ni nyina aduma. Na baby amaka se yan hia setan yan so aba no kole ye behwe ne ato. Sani ani wura ba ko ka ya na ne ye hwe ne to na ba uni aba de a. Omo nhwe ne wo man kokko anko se setan ne ade ade. Ko ni sai ko vi mi me cross wa man fo si adan ani ade ade wo de won so di so botom na se no me ma ye de na wo de tuma ho. Ye behwe ne ye de ba uni aba. E din kan so ko ba na wo so African way no. Mr. Na one tonable, but we expect that na put the baby and answer and catch you.
be here will be a man Pentecost no.
I Obukuina.
Apostle,
yeah.
So you know, what the dumb baba, it is a serena than a panacho, and my young.
Or say, oh, and some can. Or say, oh, and some can. What in the ball and some can. Yo, Mate. It was for my time when I saw. Doc, you see, I'm now party no mean dom. To find out what's in the fantastic.
Yeah, the final words said you are kind of Mate. Name mono. Assembly Creno, Yento Sebi.
So,
Oje Juma Napo Edia. Now, so Kwakofa Nyamenipa.
You know the Muslim, the Christian balance, Nyamenipa. We are called Christian. Muslim. I mean, very minority religion. Majority religion from Opukina and the Pentecost Church.
I've heard it say Napo. First away, didn't he?
Oh, a Christian, of course, already.
Miss one.
But Opukina was chairman of a whole Pentecost Church. Was a new.
Timmy.
Is the Pentecost Church? Every single in Ghana.
Yenim pa yenim, but your politics no a new sal level no.
Okay,
your new sal level ne say you wa kofa osofu biaba.
Okay,
level no eduro ye ma wo mo so mo your politics no
and your politics
no politics na sofu eni o sofu
Mate. Prof, you have a call find out wait.
Yeah, you don't know, we are as I know other prayers here.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to ask what to say. You're competent.
Visionary.
No, it takes when you're not out completely.
Yeah.
Say, and yes, so young person who, yeah, Pencroft, big dinner. And you are minding from and I don't go.
You've not tried him yet. You don't know his capacity.
No. We know his capacity. He's been a church leader.
Of course.
He's run the whole church. Nobody undermines it. But the guy says, "Say that we are sorry, even." When you say you on my garden in my pet, and then also count and I'm making. Politics is not about. It's about grassroots involvement. No more sorry doing you. MPP for an answer. Say. The software bench, you know.
But trauma. Yeah, that's assumption.
The evidence says, I need a SD for the almost because there's the reason why somebody did not go to Pentecost and went to Christ Apostolic. It is any answer to my point. I said about my you know, it always has to do with somebody official with me a boy.
Okay. Mate, my guest this morning has been Professor Charles Maffo and Dr. Bimpong. Within Eddie Kwesi Parker Wilson, I've been here, my producers, and MFK. I'm here do much now. Friday. You'll be back with another edition of OBT. I can't win. Have a good morning.